Hi, this is Sara Marks, the writer of the Enduring series and the Frozen Wasteland series. This is your January video update about what's going on and what I'm working on for you to read this year. We're going to cover three things, and I have my little notepad. We're going to talk about the New Devil audiobook and where things are going with that. We're going to talk about Harshug on Patreon, and I'm going to give you an update on some other little side things, just a briefer. It's me. There's no brevity with me, but it's a briefer video. So let's start with the easiest topic, the New Devil audiobook. We are doing an audiobook for New Devil, and it will have a human narrator. I hummed and hawed, and I'm going to make a video that explains why I go with AI narration for some of the things that I'm sharing with you now. But when it comes to the first few books in a series, it means a lot to be able to work with a human narrator. They will set the tone, they will engage you in a way that AI can't yet. So it's going to take some time to get this ready. An AI audiobook I can produce a little quicker, but in this case, I'm waiting to hear from the narrator I want to work with. And if you've listened to the Bribre audiobook, she's the person I'm looking to do this again. I really liked working with her. I liked her voice. It's something. She's great, Gona. So that is in the works. New Devil is in a great place. I'm happy with it. And if you are watching this and you are a bookstagrammer or a booktuber and you're interested in showcasing Help Wanted New Devil on your channel or your feed, let me know. I do have some options for you to get either the print book and some swag for free, or the ebook and some of the swag for free. And I am open to working with international readers. Let's get into Harshug. So Harshug will be the third book in the Frozen Wasteland series. There's Krowlak, that's number 1. That's the one about the library and the small town. There's Bribre, that's 2. That's about the anti-MLM. Harshug's going to be about the influencer coach. And it's going to look at especially in the MLM space, how these people go from consultants and directors and up the ladder to transitioning to other ways of making money. And it's something a lot of us in different niches do. But to be a coach implies expertise, implies influence. And I want to really explore that. And we're going to transition that into fake guru territory for the fourth book. And then the fifth book will really deal with the cult behind Krowlak that sort of came up during the Bribre narrative. Harshug is going to be on Patreon first and foremost. You, if you participate, will be able to read every story, chapter, excerpt for free. You'll get to hear the audiobook ahead of time. You'll get additional content, which I'm going to talk about a little bit. But that's going to be a serialized paid experience. You will get the ebook or print book depending on what you participate, at what level you participate. So there will be something at the end that's a little more tangible than you just reading through Patreon. But this is going to be before all the other readers can read it. In response to that, I have pulled both Bribre and Krowlak out of Kindle Unlimited. It wasn't getting much traction there, and I'd rather spread that across different platforms. And I'm making Krowlak free. So if you sign up for my newsletter, you might be able to get that as a free option. Actually, if you sign up for my newsletter, I'll be giving it to the newsletter for free shortly and making it accessible to everyone who joins for free throughout whenever you want it. So that's going to be free, wide to buy, free in giveaways, free to the mailing list, free to the Patreon participants. And we'll even discuss it as sort of a book club, because at certain levels, you're going to get to influence and coach me on where this series is going, just to make it even more interesting for readers. Bribre, the second book in the series, is going to drop in price. My goal is to get you reading it before we start reading Harshug, because you need to have some of the foundation, some of the very few of the characters carry over, but it is a continuation of one person's story. On top of that, there's going to be a bonus story added to Bribre. So if you already purchased or downloaded and read Bribre, I will be able to give you this bonus story for free at any point, but it will get added onto the Bribre book so that future buyers can get it. And it is being edited right now. Just a side note, hashtag Rescue Me, the short story collection, the one you're listening to audiobooks about now, that has also been removed from Kindle Unlimited and will be something that you can buy directly from me if you don't want to buy from Amazon or a major retailer. There were a lot of late night thinking about this. Some other things I'm thinking about. I'm working on the second book in the Enduring series. I'm getting ready to go to Miami this winter, not just because I want some heat when the time of the year makes me want to murder someone, but also I want to do a little research into what the suburbs south of the city were like post Andrew, especially those that got heavily hit and where typical minority populations sort of congregated and lived within communities, because my memory of Miami post Andrew and the reality of Miami post Andrew are not always the same. And it's been 30 years since Hurricane Andrew hit, and the recovery that took years went on. So there's been a shift, I think, out of New Orleans, which makes me sad. I really wanted to set the first real world book, the second book in the series, but the first in this world in New Orleans. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized it's a Miami story. It's far more influenced by my Miami experience than my limited New Orleans experience. So that is working. That's happening. There's a very good chance there will be a Patreon for that, for advanced reading. I don't know yet. It's complicated, and it's another year and a half away from even being published, but you will get to enjoy videos with me about writing the next book. And the last thing I want to mention is some possible bonus Patreon content. Some of you may remember this, but I used to write these stupid haikus. I would take photos from my life and write a stupid haiku, 575. And I'll share some of the content online that was already published and removed from things. But I kind of want to do it again. And I kind of want to do it with everybody. And I kind of want to do it with AI art, because AI art's fun. But I don't want to use too much of it and sort of get into a tough spot with artificial intelligence created content, but I want to have some fun with it. So let me know in the comments, would you like to write stupid haikus with AI art that I find or design? It's open access to the things. They are Creative Commons licensed or public domain. So we can have fun with prompts other people give the AI to create art. That's it for this video. I hope you're excited about the Help Wanted New Devil audiobook, that you're interested in Patreon. I'm happy to answer questions about Patreon, and there will be videos in the next few months explaining what Patreon is, why we're going to use it, and how it's going to be set up so that you can pick the level of involvement that you want. Have a great month, and I'll see you all again in February.